Yeah, I hope I get a few of you back. Hey Jay, I'm sorry, internet just quit on us again. One of them bad things. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Hey, Corey, how's it going, bud? Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, wrong button's right. Our internet's been in and out all day. It seems like every time we get a little bit of rain, boom, it screws everything. Hey, Jeff, thanks for coming back, bud. Um, Ramsey, I appreciate it. Okay, that sucks. Thanks, Mark. Thanks for coming back, bud. Um, it was going so good, then internet just popped. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going, bud? Mark, thanks for coming back, bud. I lost internet, Duckmaster. Yeah, I see what Andy's or Mills is sending. I can't look at it yet, but I'm kind of scared. What kind? I've like I was saying, Josiah. I've got yeah, Raymond. I've seen them take groomers on the ice for ice fishing contests. Usually they'll. I better check this. I'm sorry. Oh, there we go. There. Um, I've seen them. Hey, Rattle Trap. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I've seen them take. Hey, Geo. Thanks. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. They take the groomer out there, and you take the ones with a grouser blade on the front, and they'll plow off as much as they can. I couldn't look at it, Mills, but I will once we're done here. Um, but they plow it off, and then they drop that grouser blade on the ice. Hey, half crazy, thank you. I'm sorry. Yes, Ramsey, let's do it. You want to set it up and get us all on Instagram, or make a video on the setup with a mock board, or I don't know. Yeah, I hear Corey. It had to happen though. I mean, that stuff happens. We didn't have a choice in the matter. Hey, Joy, thanks for coming in. Um, but they leave them grouser marks, and then that leaves they're only an inch deep, so you're not hurting the ice really, but it gives vehicles enough traction that they can get around out there. Hey, Saltwater, thanks for coming in. Hey, thank you. Glad you liked that one. Um, hey, Rights, thanks for coming in. Oh, either way, Mills, as long as they'll take the box, we're good. So, um, I just never set up PO boxes. I don't know. I don't care if people know where I live. um, I definitely though when they plow that they'll plow. Hey Jay, how's it going? Thanks for coming back. Hey MD, how's it going, bud? Had trouble on the first one, so we're redoing it here. Um, with that being said, though, the funny thing was they were putting them in, and they threw a track on the groomer, so that kind of made a problem, of course. Yeah, there you go, Jeremy. I think Mills said beaver. Um, he just I started a load of crap there. Um, I I've seen it happen. I've rolled tracks off of cats. Uh, that with that, I don't know how they do it on the groomers, but on the caterpillar, you pull out your grease zerk, which is a size 3. You pull that out, and you basically it helps to have a come along. But we always use the backhoe. You hit that front roller, push it back. Beavers are cool. You hell yeah. Hey Scott, thanks for coming in, bud. Um, you push that back, and it squeezes all the grease out of the ram. So, hey, V Basser, thanks for coming in. VA Basser. Um, yeah, I hear you, Geo. I did that for a lot of years. I can't do it now. That's why I got the snowmobile, the side by side, all that stuff. I got one set up just for ice fishing. It's got a hitch, reverse, all that crap. Which just reminded me I got to get some parts ordered for that. But with the Caterpillar, like I was saying though, you compress that ram that holds that front roller wheel out, idler wheel, and it squirts all your grease out. Well, then you just reach in there with a rag, wipe it out of there, get your track position back on where you want it. Yeah, I hear you, Raymond. They do that. And what you do is after you put that grease zerk back into your ram, then comes the time of pumping. You're going to put 3 to 4 tubes of grease into that ram to push out that front roller far enough to get it to tighten that track up. Now you do want some sag in that track. So like I said, the groomer, I kind of wish I would have stayed there and checked that out. But it was on a contest and I was in it and I had to go. I couldn't stick around. So I crossed the lake way out to the back where I knew the fish were. I think I came in third in that one on one board. Second, the northern was third, the walleye was first, and the crappie was in second. So I had a 1.5 pound crappie. It wasn't huge or nothing, but it was a nice fish. Yeah, Maryland might be touch and go, MD. Maybe on the north side. I don't know. I've never been out that way. Jeff, thanks for running links. I appreciate it. Another thing though, if we get back on the hunting, last year or 2 years ago, I was hunting a deer. Call your brother. Sorry about that, guys. I better turn that ringer down too, otherwise he'll call back. There. But the deer I was hunting in was 20, so 2018, the deer I was hunting was about a 200 pound 6-point with G2s that were 14 inches long. Maybe 16 inches. They were just massive. And I've got pictures I can put up. I have to go in my cloud and find them again. But he was massive. He was just huge. So I went out there with that PSC bow. And I shot him dead in the shoulder. That's where I've always shot him. I'm sorry, guys. My chats jump and... I hear you, Jeremy. Thanks for coming back. Hey, Wanda. Thanks for coming in.
Dad.
What?
What do you want Bubba to do? Dollar General is closed and Holiday is only the one that has your soda.
We'll go to Holiday.
We'll go to Holiday.
I hunted him all through bow season, and then I shot him right. I think it was a week before or 2 weeks before. Yeah, it was 2 weeks before rifle season started, the youth hunt actually. So in a total, it was a month and a half before regular gun season. And I shot him dead square in the shoulder. It was getting right to the end of the night. And, I've never, ever got that excited about a deer. I thought my buck fever in life was gone. I see a deer, if I can shoot it, I shoot it, and I don't miss. I haven't missed a deer with a rifle in the past 12 years. I appreciate it, Tom. Have a good night, bud. Good night, Cheesehead. I hunted him until... Yeah, there you go, Mills. We don't have that up here. Ours has just got them cheesy damn sandwiches. They don't do much up here. But I hunted him all the way up till I shot him before youth season. Shot him square in the shoulder. The damn arrow bounced right off him. and I went online right away to look up the kinetic energy because I was still new to thinking about that. And it come to find out this bow only has like 15 pounds of kinetic energy, so it's basically a target bow. That's about it. I take it out. I leave it in my stand because I really wouldn't care if it disappeared. But yeah, cheese curds. Thanks for coming back, CP. But I leave it out in my stand because it. All I do is I shoot squirrels that come in and eat my corn. I'm absolutely fed up. Last year I had 26 different squirrels coming in, and I would have 5 to 10 to 12 at a time. It was horrible. And I got out there this summer some. Yeah, I hear you, Mills. That's a pain in the butt. But I got out there and thinned out the herd of squirrels pretty good, so I hopefully it hopefully it don't happen again. But um it was pretty rough. Emma wedding playing with dogs. Oh, cool. Um, I went, I think 4 weeks without seeing him. Nothing. One time, I think he might have came through the edge of the camera. The buck was it was a 6 point with 14 to 16-inch G2s, and I shot him square in the shoulder, Ramsey. It bounced right off him. I barely even cut him. It seemed, just the point of that muzzy went through and hit his bone, his shoulder bone. I'm sure. I thought that I just wounded him because we followed a blood trail for 300-400 yards. Nothing. Could not find the deer. The blood. If you know anything about deer hunting, everybody I'm sure does, but he would have went a full 130-inch at 6 points. He was massive. He was just huge, and he had a good spread, everything. But we trailed him 300 to 400 yards. We lost the blood trail, and what it was is you could see how it was fat filling up that wound and plugging off the bloodstream because it was all done. You could tell it wasn't running down his leg no more. He wasn't brushing it off on nothing. I figured I wounded him. He's gonna go run off, become coyote bait. Well, the day or the night before, rifle season comes out. I quit bow hunting. Yeah, I hear you, Mills. I quit bow hunting altogether. I wasn't gonna hunt no more. I wasn't gonna be out there wounding animals and letting them run off and die. I was done. And I ended up going out there for rifle season, and that morning changed the card out, took it in the stand with me, or the blind with me, and I threw the card in the card reader, and lo and behold, 11:58. Hey JJ, thanks for coming back in, bud. But at 11:58, he came in. My deer season was made right then and there. I absolutely was satisfied. I didn't care if I got a deer or not. It was just to see him be okay was just the best part of it all. So I don't know. I've had several big bucks on film since then, but the one my son was hunting, we called him brush pile. Mine was called high top. The one he was hunting was a 12 point, and he had a hell of a brush pile. So, but hey, I gotta go do something quick. Please, guys, talk to yourselves. I gotta try to get out of this without hitting the tripod. I'll be right back. See how that works. Okay. All right, guys. Sorry about that. The reason my son was calling is because he was locked out. Daughter turned on. Raymond, Jakey Crack is putting up on, I think it's Sunday night or Monday morning. Usually he's doing deer. No, that's not the key word, Mills. Jakey Cracks he's posting up at his cabin right now what he's doing up there, getting ready for seasons and trapping. So, but this year I got some decent bucks coming in, but a lot of small ones right now. And them are the ones that'll stick through it because they're the ones that are looking for the corn, looking for the food source. That's the only reason they're there. I'm hoping that... All right, MD, I appreciate you coming in. Have a good night. Put them kids to bed and make sure they're sleeping well. But this year, you know, the big bucks are the ones that are hit and miss. Either they're staying nocturnal, and I've tried everything. Scraper, I've tried beets, I've tried molasses, I've tried everything. And it seems by me, the only apples don't even work. I mean, big thing I find with apples, people will buy the heck out of them and run out to the woods and dump them. And what they're actually doing is scaring more deer away. They'll complain, oh, it's so bad. I dumped, 50, 60 pounds of apples out and the deer aren't even touching them. They have to have that in their diet as a constant source. Otherwise, they're going to know that that's just, boom, that's out of the ordinary. Why the heck is that here? By me, it's a little over a half mile to the closest apple tree. I don't even bother with them. Acorns, I can get away with a little bit. I don't dump much more than... If I dump a total of 5 gallons a year, that's... No, Midwest, we don't have chronic wasting real bad up here. Not at all. Corn, that's not it either, Mills. And you already won. I'm sending you a poll, so just settle out. Acorns, because it's in the woods. It's around us. You're gonna have one of 3 deer. You're gonna have an acorn fed, a bean fed, soybeans usually, or you're going to have a corn-fed deer. Ours are all corn-fed because there is, every 40 acre, we're only allowed 1 bait pile in a 40 acre plot. So we know exactly where the lot lines are of the 40 acres by us. Yeah, they'll probably be coming soon, Jakey. They'll be looking to fatten up before they hibernate. And a black bear in the United States does not hibernate 100% like other bears do. What they do is they go into the deep sleep, but if they didn't gather enough, banana, there you go. Orangey glad it didn't say banana, Mills. No reports out there, that's good, JJ. To the south of us, they call it the southern zone, but the field country, I guess they call it. No baiting there? That sucks. There's ways around that too, JJ. I'm not going to get into it on here, but there's ways to get a little bit out there, just enough to grab their attention, which... Yeah, Mills, and ours has always been to the south of us, so, we're just kitty corner from you, pretty much, so it's kind of goofy. It's in our southern states, and supposedly, yeah, Jakey, that's the thing. If it doesn't get real cold, they will wake up. Thank you, I appreciate that, Rattle Trap. If they don't, if they don't have it as a constant source, or if the bears don't get enough fat build up for the winter, they'll go into a deep sleep, but they're going to wake up and look for something to eat halfway through or a quarter of the way through. So it's one of them things. We don't have it up here necessarily. I think we've had one case, and it was on a farm, and what it was a buck that was brought in. They tested it when they brought it in, and they let it go, of course, and boom, found out it was CWD, and they got rid of him. Yeah, I hear you, Shiner. Thanks for coming back too. Um, I've got the fat reserves. I could hibernate, but the winter is my season. I like it. I like fall and winter. Not real hot on spring because that always meant there was no work because it was too wet. We had road bans on and break up and all that crap, so we couldn't be out working. So the end of April, oh excuse me, end of April, early May, we had that was when we would start getting back to work. And female with cubs stayed denned up, but the males will venture out. Yeah, Jakey, they will. You're right. The females usually they've got enough to get them through. It works out good that way. But hey Joy, thanks for coming back, hon. Cold food setups in the field, deer piss and poop, and then the other eat it, I think. Okay. Yeah, it's one of them things. It's also passed by saliva and coughing. I know Midwest. But every deer it's pretty much mandatory now throughout the state that I guess it's not mandatory, but if you get a deer, they want the head. And what they do now is they'll actually run a pick up their nose, get a section of their brain, and bring it out and test that. Mine, generally, I just let them have the head unless it's a big, big buck. Good, wild man. Thanks for coming back in. I hope to God that day never comes with the CWD this far up. It's going to happen. Hopefully it can be eradicated before it happens. That'd be great. But yeah, them are crappie too, right? They're Shiner. I don't remember who it was I was watching the other day, and they called them crappies, and I'm like, why would you eat a crappie? If it says crap right in it, why would you eat that? So to me, they're crappie. But yeah, COVID test for deer. There you go. Pretty much, and they've had that quite a while. So yeah, Jakey, they say a lot of it came in Wisconsin, started from an elk herd. I don't believe that. Where I heard it was all started was on a farm. They shipped in deer from a state that had it. Yeah, yeah. I hear you, JJ. Yeah, right. So that's about it. Like I said though, I've got, if push comes to shove, I mean, my hunting bibs for deer season that are blaze orange, of course, them are like $300-400, and I never get cold in them. Generally, if you see me out in the woods, I've got a blaze orange shirt on and my bibs on, and that's it. I mean, my jackets are too heavy. I get too hot too fast. No, it doesn't. No, Midwest, it does not affect the meat. Just like Rusk County, where I live here, we tested 100% positive for liver fluke. And when we're filleting liver up to fry, you can see the little worms in it. And they almost look like a leech. It's kind of neat. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Rob. Um, the specs are horrible in some of the crappie we get a lot. Um, we don't. My family, if they got black specks, they go back. We don't have a kill mandate or anything like that. Like the Gar, there's a couple of lakes 20 miles south of me here. So infested with Gar, it's sickening. But we do. Goodness. Sorry about that. Got a hell of a yawn. I was looking for my medicine too. I'm sorry. I forgot where I even put it. I'll look for it later. But as far as the CWD is done here, pretty much. They had the one case, and that kind of got over quick. The other thing is, they ask for a donation if deworm in the nostrils of the nose because of cough or deer sneeze. I don't know how they do that, Midwest. Thanks, buddy. I don't know how they do that, Midwest, but I know when I was there, they ran, it had to be 12-inch with a T-handle. They ran that right up in the nose. They twisted it about 4 times, and it pulled out a core sample of the brain. So that's how I've seen that done. But now, like where I have my meat processed. I get sticks made. I get some hamburger. My son, his deer that he shot bow hunting, we had just cutting the chops, steaks, roasts, all that, and back straps. I always pull my tenderloins out before it goes anywhere. The back straps I ain't so worried about, because where I take mine, the deer you take in is the deer you get back. So I'm pretty happy with that. Hey Mark, have a good night. I appreciate you coming back on the second round here. You have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon. Yeah, they do have to really rocket them out. I mean, I've seen deer on farms that had the worms and stuff in their nose, and they'll get almost like a human cold where they're coughing. You could hear them coughing and wheezing and stuff, but they really have to sneeze hard to get them out. But up here, we've never had a problem. Every time I take a deer to the processor, I just let them take what they want. As long as I get the antlers back, I can have them out made. That's not a big deal. If it's going to be a European mount, I've got several of them. Then I get the full skull back, but I don't save the hide, of course, so I cut it off just below the chin and take the vertebrae for the spine out when I get there, and then I let them go up in there and take whatever sections of brain matter that they want. I don't care, because I'm just going to boil the skull anyhow and take the brain out also. So it works out pretty good. They're pretty reliable and good with it. And then roughly, what was it? Hey Bubba, how long was that when they called about your deer? Month or 2?
4 months, I think.
Okay.
Because they had so many people.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That, like my son was saying there, Fishing Trucker, could you run NKR's link for him, bud? Or Wrights, or anyone that can? I don't remember. I know I got you guys on mods and everything. If you get a chance. Yeah, I know he's been working hard to get some members and supporters, so. But yeah, we just turn over the entire head. We don't really worry about it. It's all good, because the past 3 years we haven't got anything big. Just them 8 points, right?
Basically, yeah. Besides the doe, maybe.
Yeah. I was just talking to my son. He's the hunting guru now. Past 3 years we've got a 7, a 8, couple of 6s that were pretty good size. And like I said, that's last weekend. My son didn't even shoot last year.
You got your 10-pointer.
That 10-pointer is nothing.
It was still a 10-pointer, even though it was a little
I
round.
know, but he went 225 dressed out. He was a heavy deer. That's the only reason I shot him is because how big he was. He was coming down in size.
He's
So
huge.
yeah, his body was huge. But that doe you got was just about.
That was huge too.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Running that link. You guys can do whatever you want. You know that. Run whatever you need to. I appreciate you guys doing that. And if any of you guys are in here and don't have these channels that have links, grab them, please. It's part of this community. We all support each other. We do what we can, and get it done. You know, I appreciate the heck out of you guys coming in and listening to me babble. I mean, I know there's conversations in the chat, just like when I'm in a chat on someone else's channel. I watch and I chat with everyone. That's the way it goes. It works out good. So, but yeah, there's quite a bit of deer that we've got in the past 3 years. This very last year, I think I had 2 cut and wrapped, and then I had 3 or 4 that were turned into sticks, brats, a little bit of hamburger. There wasn't much hamburger left because I made sausage. Summer sausage, that's another one. But we found out I wanted 25 pounds of brats. Well, what I meant was use 12.5 pounds of meat. What they took it as was use 25 pounds of meat. So we got damn near 50 pounds of brats back. So that's kind of fun. I've been giving them away because it just got too many, you know. They're damn good though, especially in the smoker. And I just did that the other day. I smoked 2 hams for 9.5 hours, and they turned out real good. The hide on them, the bark on them, was really good. NKR, buddy, just say I got you, okay? They understand. Everybody understands what I got you mean. Try not to use that word. I can say subbed when you go live when you're older. You can say sub, subscription, all that. But yeah, it is a lot of brats, Shiner. And you know, I don't know what the hell went over me or made me have a brain fart. But when we couldn't buy brats at the store when everything was shut down, I'm like, what the hell are we gonna do for brats? So there you go, NKR, thank you. I says to the wife, we can't get brats. How are we supposed to have brats this summer? I go downstairs to bring up some venison for supper one night, and I'm like, oh God, I'm a dumbass. You know, there's an entire compartment on that upright freezer full of them. I was like, what the hell was I thinking? You know? So, of course, I brought 4 packs up right now. They got 4 brats a piece in them. We had them the next 2 nights. It was great. And then when I was telling you guys, I got a good friend, Kyle, the Wisconsin fisherman, and we went out on his pontoon. We were going to go fishing, but we decided just do the motor trolling while we were cruising around the lake on the pontoon. It was a lot of fun. But he brought his electric smoker, or a pellet smoker, I mean. And it runs on 12 volt. I was just shocked. And he smoked them brats. Oh, were they good. And then when we got back to his house, we ran late into the night, and we ended up eating the other 2 packs while we were there. Yeah, NKR, Luke Combs is alright. He ain't too bad. I like country. I like any genre of music except for classical. I like jazz. I like anything. My big one is I like metal. Heavy metal, hard rock, you name it. Just one of them things about me. I do it, so I love it. But this year is starting to prove kind of slow. Like I said, a slow start. The cameras aren't hitting real well yet. I had my newest camera out, and I burnt up a set of batteries in 2 days, and I didn't have that many pictures on it, so I don't know what happened there. They're brand new Duracell from Walmart, but they died in 2 days. Now my son has the same camera, just a little newer model, and yeah, Slipknot rocks. I knew that was coming out of you, Jeff. That's awesome. Um, Another one that I was listening to today, Jeff, is when you get a chance, look up Jonathan Davis. What it is, the lead singer of Korn, Jonathan Davis. I don't know what it is, and Basic Needs. Just two great songs. I gotta take a drink. Sorry.
You're so ADHD.
I know I'm ADHD. Hey BFO, thanks for coming in. I missed you there, bud. Thank you for coming in. There you go, NKR. Hank Williams is a damn good artist. AC/DC's good stuff. Def Leppard, Morgan Wallen, all good bands. One thing that I would recommend is if you like Hank Williams Jr. Hey, Hot Wings, thanks for coming in, bud. If you like Hank Williams, you're gonna like one you should probably like would be Fats Domino, Blueberry Hill. You know, you're getting back in that era. And then anything by John Conley also, or even Fats Domino, they're all good music. I grew up in the 80s. I was growing up in the 80s. I'm an 80s kid. I'm Generation X. So being growing up in the 80s, I had everything across the spectrum on the radio. Now, stuff I heard in the 90s, they're saying is oldies on the oldie station here in town. It was like, dude, I'm not that old, but I don't worry about it. George Strait, seeing him in concert, and Toby Keith. We went to Country Jam, I think, for 17 years straight. No, that was my wife. My wife was 17 years. I went 16 years. I missed 1 year when my aunt died. Thanks for sharing that video, Rattletrap. I appreciate it. 16 years I was there. Then, how you doing tonight, Hot Wings? I didn't get a chance to see you today. 16 years going to the same party, rocking out and everything like that. And then my daughter joined swimming, and then we got into the Rock Fest, or Country Fest and Rock Fest. I became the fundraising manager for her swim group and stuff. So I take care if I got to have, I think, 12 people that to work for our group. Oh, that's cool. That is cool, Hot Wings. We went there for, like I said, 16 and my wife 17 years, and then we go to Rock or Country Fest and Rock Fest in Cadott, Wisconsin now. It is the party of a lifetime there. I mean, you can go there not knowing anyone and leave with 100 friends real quick. It's just awesome. My thing is we work it. We work the gates, and Country Fest is you work 8 hours, you get free admission, you get free camping, all that. All we pay for when we go down there is food and drink. Fuel for the generator too. I'm sorry, but it is a better time working than just going. I found out, because when you're working, when you're working, you get to meet so many people that are like-minded, and then of course you see everyone that comes through that's on drugs. You have guys and girls coming through early in the morning with the walk of shame. And you have guys and girls coming through. Every time they leave, they can leave just fine, but when they want to get back in, we have to check to make sure that they have a wristband so they can go to their campsite and stuff. I saw that, Jeff. It's a good video. I do like Nickelback's version of it. But the interaction with the other people that are working and the cars coming through and the trucks coming through. Some of these, my wife is 5'1". You've seen it in the video. She's not as tall as me. She has to climb up on their steps, and sometimes she just has to say, hey, someone else do this, because the sticker to get them into the campground is in their upper left-hand, upper driver's side corner of their windshield. They don't ever listen to the rules because it's supposed to go in the lower left hand. It's pretty wicked. Some of these trucks come through, especially during Country Fest, that have 1.5 feet of lift in them, or 2 foot of lift in them. It's just sickening. You don't see a ton of them, and then there's always the guy that comes through with the biggest, baddest truck, making all kinds of noise, raising all kinds of hell. And when we're out there checking people out, making sure their campsite's cleaned up so we don't have to do it, all that crap, that guy's out there mud running. And it happens every year. It's the end of it's the go home day. It's the day to leave, and they go out and just sling them on. And they don't care, because what are you gonna do? Kick them out? That's all we can do. Grab your crap and leave.
And there's a semi that followed him.
Yeah, and then, like my son was just saying, then last year we had a semi that just followed him into the mud for some reason. So that one required a low extended boom lift and 2 tractors to get that semi out. It was something else.
You're at 252.
What?
For subscribers.
Yeah.
Please.
That's nothing. Mills has already got me beat.
But still, 252 in a month or two.
February? Yeah.
Well,
First one was our ice fishing.
But I mean, since you did the live.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
Back to Tom.
Why?
Go for it.
What?
Go for it.
Oh, have fun. Yeah, hot wings, that's kind of it's just one of them things, when I had my mud truck when I was my son's age, 18, 19, 20 years old, I carried extra U-joints, I carried extra shackles, tie rods, you name it. I carried the tools to fix that crap. But I was that asshole with 1.5 feet of lift. Your soda.
Uh-oh.
I was that asshole with almost 1.5 feet of lift.
We'll be back.
Yeah. Both of you? Oh, joy.
Mm-hmm.
So I had all kinds of lift, 175 hours stuck, maple syrup 96. Yeah, hot wings, when I was cutting wood with a processor, my bogies, I had adjustable bogies on that processor. If you guys get a chance, look up an Ecolog. It's a I think British. I know it's European, but it's an Ecolog 580B processor. 9 out of 10, it's going to have the same thing I had, a Logmax 6000, a Logmax 7000. Hey, Kevin, thanks for coming back. I ran a processor for 2 years of my life. I started out cutting like 8 cord a day or every other day. It wasn't good at all. Within 2 weeks, and mind you, I ran heavy equipment. Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate it. I enjoyed that. I loved cutting wood, everything like that. I started out real low numbers. Before I left, I was cutting 40 to 65 cord of fire or logwood a day. Biggest tree I ever took down with a processor. It shouldn't have been done, but I took down a 28-inch oak. you don't ever want to be by them when they hit the ground. I actually released it. Yeah, thank you again, Kevin. I actually released it and let it hit the ground on its own because I knew I shouldn't be trying to cut a tree that big, but I had to see if my processor would do it. And of course it did. But I could barely, after I released it and let it hit the ground, I could pick it, grab it with my knives on their big claws basically on the processor that go around the tree like this. And then when you run the tree through, they stay right there and they shear all the branches off. They're real sharp on the top edge. And they shear the branches right off of it so you don't have to hand cut them or nothing. That was a hell of a life. You know, I've told you guys before I broke my back, I worked 6 days a week. That was my lifestyle. I worked 6 days a week, 90 to 110 a week. I did not care. I loved working. After breaking my back, of course, that's all gone out the window. But the 2 years I ran processor cutting wood, no hot wings, not dumb at all. You can run a steel track excavator with a processor head. So basically what it is, you put a computer unit in your excavator and you can use it basically the same way as an excavator, but your head is going to tip up like this and then it's going to go out and grab the tree like that. And then when you fall it just tips down. Now, the huge cottonwood I dropped. I hear you, right. That makes me think about when I get off this quarantine, I will go get a picture of the biggest cottonwood in Wisconsin right here in my hometown. Hey, trash on. Did I miss someone? Hey, trash on. I'm killing that name. Kernan? I'm sorry. I don't mean to. Good. How's your day going? Treason. I'm sorry. I'm murdering that. Yeah, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Did anyone run your link? I've been kind of going. Jeff, did you do that? Yeah, thank you. Thank you all my mods for running links. I appreciate it. But running that processor, when you can start out. I've ran excavators for a lot of years. I ran bulldozers. I ran basically anything that has to do with working in the dirt. I've run it in one way or another. You know them big trucks, and they call them off-road trucks. They got 2 axles in the back, big payloader tires on it. They haul 30 ton. I've run them many, many times. Scrapers, excavators, dozers, anything to do, payloaders, trucks, dump trucks, 3 foot across base. That is pretty big, right? I think it's 5 feet, that cottonwood here. It was the biggest one in Wisconsin ever cut down. And I guess they had to cut it down for I don't know what reason, but it don't matter. We've got a 8 or 10 foot chunk of it. It's kind of cool. But I had a guy working with me that would pack the wood out, basically put it on the back of his machine and haul it out of the woods. And when I first started cutting, he was taking days off. And when I got good at it after a couple weeks, he was working more than me, it seemed, because he was out there. When I get there at 4 a.m, fire up my machine, I could hear him taking off of the cut that I did when he went home to eat. I always was under the assumption, if I'm away from home, I'm gonna work. I'm not gonna sit in the camper or the motel. I'm away from home, I'm gone, I'm gonna work. That just stuck with me, and that's all I did. I worked. It was great. It's hard to swallow that pill when you basically lose your life in a way. I shouldn't say I wasn't dead or nothing. Maybe, I don't remember. But what I mean by that is when you go from working 6 days a week, uh, 90 to 110 hours a week, you lose that. And a part of you dies inside. Basically, you go from doing it and loving it to not being able to do it. A part of you dies with that, and you think about it every day, and it sucks. But excuse me, um, it's what had to happen. Everything is done for a reason, I believe. So, all right, BFO, I appreciate it. We did a lot of everything in my life. I've been with my wife. I was gonna do that 40 questions deal tonight on the live stream, and I forgot to write them down. So, we did everything from the time we met. I worked pretty hard until I messed up my back in 2007. Had surgery in 2008, and neuropathy. Yeah, Hot Wings. I'm just about with you there. I had a cane for a couple of years. I got rid of that. I had a walker for, I don't know, 8 months, 10 months in a wheelchair. I've got that still. I'm too damn stubborn. I'd rather fall over than, use it. I feel people look at me funny, so I don't do it. Yeah, exactly, Hot Wings. I can go back to work, but I'm gonna tag you in it there, Mills. Don't worry. If you haven't seen that, you got to check out Boxy Outdoors, Tubby Guy. Pretty much all of them are doing it. It's a list of 39 questions, and then the 40th is you tag 6 people that you know. So, and I'll send you the questions and stuff. It's just to help people get to know us. Yeah, that bothered the hell out of me, Hot Wings, when I was 35 years old and having, yeah, we already talked about that, Raven. Beaver's not the magic word. You do that just to see me blush or some shit. Fucking Jeremy. Yeah. You guys just do that to make my ADHD fly right out the damn window. Yeah, Unpaved Wing did do it. Jeremy. Oh, what the hell? Why is that gone? What the hell happened there, Mills? Yeah, there you go, Jeff. Banana! Why is it doing that? Why does it keep dropping the mod? Oh, I don't know. We'll get it figured out. And now I'll go back in. Bigfoot. There you go. I don't get it. You guys just doing it just to make me laugh or some shit, But yeah, as far as the Bigfoot goes, this is a fun little story. I was logging up by Spooner, and I had to take the fence down. I drive my truck into my machine, and then put the fence back up, because there was cattle out there. And them sons of bitches would either lick my mirrors and then fold them in, or just lick them on my truck and smear the shit out of them with snot. It was just, and they did it all over my truck, and then, there's nothing you can do. Swamp Ape, there you go. Sasquatch, there it stuck, Mills. I don't know what the hell happened there. It was on last stream. That's awesome, Kevin. Thank you. Yeah, that's cool, Kevin. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was just that odd thing, and that, it was only that job that it ever did. Yeah, I hear you, Mills. It was only that job because I worked other jobs that I was cutting pasture and stuff that, in between pastures and all that. Hey, NKR, thanks for coming back, bud. Um, but that was only that job that the cows ever. I don't know what the Sam's gosh. God damn it, you're gonna screw us up. I appreciate it, Kevin. That's awesome. Um, you guys are just terrible. You're just terrible. Sam Squatch. You make me lose my train of thought so easy. It's just unreal. But the cows did that. Was it in winter? No, Raymond. Actually, it was fall, and they weren't going there for the salt or anything. But I mean, it was this time of year. No snow or anything like that. No salt or anything. But we were getting rain every other day or so. Thanks, Mills. Um, but if my mirrors weren't folded in and slobbered on, I would honestly squirrel, you bastard. Um, I would honestly have thought, what the hell happened to the cows? But yeah, um, Sam Squash, squirrel, fucking a, you bastards. Um, but yeah, they would totally every day. Excuse me, that right there is the after effects of insomnia. I'd like that once in a while, all day long. But they would fold them into the mirror or into the glass on my truck on my window door, or they'd fold them around backwards to the fender. And it's just like, don't you damn it. Thanks, Jeff. Don't you damn cows have anything better to do? But they don't know any better. And hey, Logan, thanks for coming in. You can't, Jeremy. If usually, like on my phone, above the chat, and there's a bar up there that you hit the little arrow and you can, yeah, look over there. Yeah, squirrel. What? Who the hell is messaging me there? I don't know that. You're here till 7 a.m. That sucks. Squirrel. But yeah, flag squirrel. Yeah, you guys are just fucking. We did. Oh, hold on. It was right around. I think we did 160 acres there. It took a good 4 months to get done, and that's 4 months of every day readjusting both your damn mirrors. And it got old. It really got old quick. So, BFO, thanks for coming back in. Yeah, squirrel. I tell you. Won't post in the chat. What's. Oh, I don't know why, Jeremy. That's kind of odd. I hope you guys can't see that. My mom's trying to call me, I guess. You can call my wife. Just working. Yeah, there's a lot of these phones are just something else. Citrus. God, the hell. Yeah, take the mirrors off. I would have, but there was it was a 91 Chevy pickup and I had it lowered and everything, and I shouldn't have been driving it to the field anyhow. But yeah, there you go, Kevin. But 4 months of constantly going through and having it done. It got old real quick. So it did. I got to the point where I got them set for where I liked them, and then I put a tack on them, welded them. What happens, okay? They just shear the fuckers off then. No, I ended up no mirrors on my truck for 4 or 5 rides home. So when I put the new set on the door, I didn't weld them again because it's just a problem. Sorry about that. That's up early at 4 in the morning, and I'll probably be up. Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock. I'll probably be up for a little while yet. But yeah, back then, right? I didn't even think of something like that. You know, I had my trail cams. I was up in Spooner working, and I had my trail cams here, and they'd send me photos, so it just made me homesick. You know, you got deer coming through, and you're up there working. But that's one of the coolest things you ever see. You know, if you guys want to see or get deer to come in, go out and make some firewood if you got the stuff. Deer come to that. I can guarantee it in no time. The most live stream dreaming. I swear. Yeah, Mills. Drain you. Yeah, they do. I hear you, Mills. Or Hot Wings, I'm sorry. It does. I thought I would just get out for a little bit. Excuse me. And here it is almost 2 hours later now. And I really appreciate you guys coming back after I hit the wrong damn button. But, yeah, guys, if you get a chance, pick each other up. It's a lot of good channels in here. I really appreciate y'all being in here. But with that being said, I can hear my wife yelling that my mom's trying to call me again. Yeah, that's the way to do it, rates. That, once you understand a little better why they're doing what they're doing, where they're stepping and stuff like that. Yeah, I hear you. And then I kept Mills on his last night, damn near 2.5 hours, 3 hours. It was something else, but I think I'm gonna have to call this guys and give my mother a call and see what is going on there. Huh?
Not me too.
No.
That creeped me out.
I will let you guys go. I really appreciate y'all coming in, and I hope y'all have a good night. And hopefully next Wednesday we'll do it again. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.
Can you still see you?
Mm-hmm.
Why?